Clover Health Investments is the next target of Wall Street bets, and there's a ton of talk about it going on in social media and the internet overall. Let's talk about where CLOV could be headed, what I think is going to happen very, very soon, and a variety of other factors. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want some free stocks with WeBull, which is a great brokerage that we personally use, check out our link in the description below if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with them. If you guys want to get access to our private Discord, check out our Patreon link. We talk about stocks, crypto, or anything having to do with money, and it's a great way to reach us on a one-on-one setting. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, check out the links in our bio. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments Corp. Let's get a quick recap just to give you guys some overall awareness of what's going on currently with the stock. Sitting at about $13.83, up about 9.50% on the day, which is really cool to see. Up about $1.20 relative to what this stock opened at today. As you can see here, into after hours, we had a nice little run upwards and touched and passed the $14 level, which was a really big key resistance point that we managed to break through, which is really, really cool to see. We'll get into more of the price action, of course, in the later part of this video where we'll go into think or swim and look at the graphs and everything. But for now, let's get a quick recap on what's going on with the short interest and the overall sentiment regarding this stock. So let's hop into the short interest real quick. As you can see here, as of 5/28/2021, sitting at about 36.6% float. Now, unfortunately, that is a little bit of an older date. If we look at the more updated volume as far as short volume or short interest, we're actually sitting at 44% of float, guys. 44% short interest of float, which is crazy. And too, that's something really to keep in mind because that is pretty much what a lot of people are expecting with this stock. A lot of people are anticipating a short squeeze. Now, I also want to go into swaggy stocks, which I know that sounds funny if you're not familiar with the site or anything, but this site is actually a really good, important tool because what we can use it for is to track overall sentiment on Wall Street bets. This is really critical, guys, because if you know anything about some of these stocks that we talk about, Clover, AMC, Wish, a variety of these other stocks, these are stocks that are one, heavily shorted, and two, targeted quite frequently by Wall Street bets, or at least a lot of people kind of come together and have a consensus on one stock that they tend to buy up a lot of shares, and it tends to go in their favor, especially if the stock is heavily shorted when a sudden increase in buying pressure happens and the value of the underlying asset tends to go up. So let's take a look at the overall sentiment here. Over the last 24 hours, we're sitting at a 72.99% sentiment, sitting at over the last 6 hours, 72.9, pretty much across the board, 72.99. If we look at the last 10 minutes, up 81.48%. So it is going up rapidly. And if you look at almost every single social media platform at the time of making this video, which is of course a day before it comes out, this video will be coming out, of course, the day after I film it. It'll be coming out tomorrow, so obviously these things might change a little bit, but the whole sentiment, of course, stays the same, and that's CLOV is being talked about everywhere right now. It's being talked about on TikTok. It's being talked about on Twitter. It's being talked about on Instagram, even on Reddit and a variety of other social platforms. And too, the other thing that I really want to mention is that there's a lot of bigger financial influencers that have large audiences that are talking about this as well and talking about possible short squeezes. Even Jim Cramer has something in his Mad Money segment show where he talks about CLOV and saying that there could be some run here, which is very, very interesting to see. The fact that Jim Cramer comes out saying in a positive note that CLOV could possibly have a bit of a run. Something very important to keep in mind and something to keep looking at. We can go down here and you can see the sentiment chart percent bullish over time. We've stayed pretty steady over here as far as this is the stock price, this is the positive sentiment, negative, far more positive than negative, of course, which is always nice to see. If we look at the overall Wall Street index, there's quite a few different names that are being thrown around, quite a bit more, of course. But you know, that's expected to see. I mean, it's a big Reddit forum. There's going to be a lot of people talking about it. Now, what I really want to talk about, guys, is the fact that CLOV, of course, is driven by retail sentiment. We just saw that with the overall Wall Street bet stuff, and that is something that you need to watch and keep in mind. With all these stocks, if you want to know what a stock is going to do, especially when it's considered a meme stock or it's one of these stocks that has a heavy short interest, go to the social media platforms, go to Wall Street Bets, go to Reddit forums, go to these places where people are actively talking about them. And just watch, just listen, just see what people are thinking and talking about as far as the overall consensus goes. You'll get a pretty good read and you'll get a pretty good understanding of what these people are talking about or thinking about doing come market open the next day or during intraday trading, you know, if the market's already open. These people and people who talk about the stuff on the forums usually have somewhat of a general consensus. If there's a mixed consensus, then usually I just stay away from it. But if it's resoundingly positive or resoundingly negative, it's usually easy to see where the trend could be headed. Now, let's hop into Think or Swim and take a look at the overall intraday trading session that we had today. We saw a opening of $14.54. We broke through that really cool little resistance level right there, dropped down to about the 13.37 level, 13.16 level around here, popped back up and traded kind of sideways a little bit for the earlier part of the day, but then luckily managed to kind of rally into the close. And finished off, unfortunately, a little bit lower than we started at about $13.75. But this is the critical thing that I really wanted to point out. Again, we saw a rally into after hours where we are just continuing to go up, up, and up. Now, why is this? This has happened almost 3 days in a row now where we've seen a continued rally in these aftermarket hours and pre-market hours, which is really good for the stock. And a lot of people are wondering, why is this happening? Well, obviously, there's quite a more buying pressure in after hours or pre-market setting because people are trying to get in before anything happens during intraday trading. If this was the big day that the squeeze potentially could happen, people are trying to get in on after hours. They were using WeBull, TD Ameritrade. I think Robinhood lets you do it now if you want to buy in extended hours. There's a variety of different brokerages that let you do this. And people who are trying to get in early obviously are anticipating large movements in price before the day even starts. And of course, sometimes it doesn't happen like here. Now, if we look further, I think that, guys, tomorrow could be a very big day for AMC. I think that everybody, just the overall chatter and commotion going on in social media and a variety of different places right now is a big deal. And I think that if we zoom out here, just to give some more context, if we see over the last 10 days, we have seen it has been a relatively stable, for the most part, rally into the upward price targets. We started at about $11. This was the low we experienced, in the early part of this month, and we have been running pretty much ever since. Now, people are wondering, when's the big bump up going to hit? When is the big short, or the big short squeeze going to happen? And a lot of people, of course, are they're unsure. And I would love to give you guys an exact time and date of when this was happened, but I don't know myself. But what I can do is use the information that's at my disposal and use a variety of different tools that I'm currently using on the screen to help better accurately predict things like this, or hopefully have a more clear and understanding and a better prepared attitude and mindset towards these type of things. Because a lot of this, guys, is, of course, these are lottery plays. These are things that are not guaranteed to happen. These are things that could potentially not happen at all, and this stock could completely reverse and go the opposite way of what everybody is expecting. But the prices are low enough right now. The sentiment is high enough right now. All of the technicals seem to make decent sense and seem to be moving in the direction that they should be moving. There's plenty of people who are buying into the stock right now. The volume is increasing daily, and I think that those are all key factors into a hopeful future blow up for the stock. It's not guaranteed, and none of this is, but if you can be prepared like this and read into things like this and have a understanding of what's going on with the stock, what's going on with the price, what's going on with the overall sentiment, you can potentially be prepared and profit off of future short squeeze. But again, this takes patience, and I myself am not putting in any more money than I'm willing to lose, because of course with anything, especially with these are extremely risky plays, and I'm not willing to put my entire life savings in it. Sorry, I'm not that dedicated to the cause, I know, but I am willing to put a decent amount of money in that I'm willing to lose. If it goes the right way, awesome. If it goes the wrong way, oh well, it is what it is. But guys, make sure you become prepared. Make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be talking about probably CLOV all week. This is a big stock this week, guys. A lot of people are talking about it, a lot of commotion. So make sure you guys subscribe here so you never miss updates. We post like 4 times a day, guys. So don't ever miss a video that we're posting. Turn on the notification bell so that way you never miss it, guys. But other than that, that's pretty much it for CLOV. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. Check out our Patreon link if you guys want to get access to our private Discord. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.